So what's it really like spending winter in Spain in a motorhome?
Awesome!
Look, it has its pros and cons.
Welcome to our channel. We're Andre and Lisa, a married South African-Italian couple who have been traveling together for 20 years, exploring more than 50 countries. Since 2018, we've been full-time nomads with the goal of making travel a sustainable, long-term way of life. For the past few years, we've been winding our way through Europe while living in our 21-year-old motorhome, Millie. This year, we embarked on an epic journey of new discoveries. Starting from Italy, we explored the Western Balkans before returning to Denmark for summer. Right now, we're happy to be in Spain, slowing down to enjoy the warmer weather and sunny skies. The upcoming year holds exciting plans as we set our sights on Morocco. So hit that subscribe button and join our adventure.
Sometimes winter in Spain is this on a Sunday morning. We're gonna do the unthinkable. We are going for a swim.
You just have to. The color of this water is incredible. Well, I'm awake now.
All right, that's the start to another day. December in Spain. What's not to like? Take a side.
Drying my hair, van lifestyle.
Good morning. Welcome back to our channel.
And welcome to sunny Spain.
We haven't been recording for a couple of days, but we've started moving south. If you haven't seen our last video, we spent a bit of time sort of on the Costa Brava area.
Around a little town called Peratolada.
So many cool little medieval towns. We actually got a bit stuck there, but which is not a bad thing. The sad part, it was getting a little bit cold there, so we moved about 200 kilometers south. We're just south of Tarragona at the moment, and in the daytime, as you can see, it's absolutely glorious, although the temperatures are dropping.
Sunny skies. The mornings are chilly though, but it's still so beautiful, especially along this coast.
In the next couple of days, we're not planning much. This is the reality of van life winter. The days are super short. It's a constant struggle just to make the most of a few hours of sunshine, eh?
And we're enjoying just taking it a little bit slower, staying a couple of days in one place, enjoying the coast, enjoying the weather.
And we're pretty much just going to take it easy, see where the days take us, spend maybe a couple of days in this parking lot.
And then head to the Delta, because we definitely want to go there. Apparently there's some flamingos.
Lisa's got a long list of things I have to fix on the van before we go to Morocco, which is actually coming closer than you think. It's like 4 weeks away. So what's it really like spending winter in Spain in a motorhome?
Awesome!
Look, it has its pros and cons. December. We're not even that far south. We're north of Valencia.
I think it really depends on relativity, what you're comparing it to. So compared to the majority of Europe, I would say flippin' amazing.
There are some cons, of course. You can still easily find yourself waiting. Waiting for what, you might ask? Well, waiting for summer, to be frank. But that's unfortunately a reality you will face no matter where you are in the world. If the weather gets bad, the days get short.
Oh, where's this guy's push thing? Where's
What?
his push thing? Oh, thanks.
You wouldn't say it, but this parking lot we're in actually can get quite full quite quickly. But considering where you are and you're right on this amazing beach.
And considering that it's a long weekend in Spain this weekend, and it just seems like nobody's here.
Yeah, I think the holiday crowd is opportunistic over weekends, but as you get close to Christmas, I think there's more of an emphasis on when schools are on, so you got to get to Christmas now. For obvious reasons, there's a lot of people who flock to Spain this time of the year to experience what we're experiencing. Space, better weather,
Sunny blue skies
sunny blue
most of the
skies,
time.
and it's as good as you want it to be. If you want to escape crowds, certain places should be avoided and can be avoided. If your tolerance for slightly cooler weather is higher, you can quite easily just move away from the coast and find yourself with nobody around, eh?
There's definitely spots where you can be not isolated, but away from the crowds. And then there's those places where everybody gathers for the winter.
This is now our third winter in Europe as people from the southern hemisphere.
And I think this is the best one yet. In December, walking around in a t-shirt.
Look, you can get lucky. Next winter might be a lot colder. So we'll see how that plays out. We've still got a couple of weeks left in December, and it should be interesting. But
Even though we're walking in t-shirts now, and the one wonderful thing about being in a motorhome is that during the day, if you get sunshine, it really warms up inside the motorhome, which is lovely. But the evenings are cool, and come sunset, you don't want to be walking around unless you've got proper European winter clothes.
this is a Saturday, and we're in a small seaside resort town, which in summer will look very different. But today, isn't some surf today?
Yo!
Nice.
Guess it's not his first day.
No, it's my first day.
Oh, wow. Look, there's Winnie.
Sometimes winter in Spain means being in a parking lot, but it's sunny and you're enjoying a adult beverage.
A cerveza with a tapas. Because the tapas bars are closed, so Lisa had to cook.
Well done. I'll enjoy it. Enjoy.
It's a little bit of a, in a way, contradiction. There's so many things that look so idyllic, and then there's other things that are as basic and non-glamorous as could possibly be.
Okay.
A parking lot with no
This
services.
guy's eyeing spots. He's looking for some spots.
He's gonna go to that good spot over there, I reckon. Early morning activities. Water is very, very easily available in Spain. We haven't struggled at all ever to find potable drinking water. Well, yeah, potable drinking water. But mostly we fill up from fountains like this in play parks, which means they don't have threaded connections, so you have to have some sort of a makeshift way to attach your hose pipe, or fill up with cans, which is what we usually do. This is actually a privilege. So it's not always convenient, but you will always find drinking water in Spain, and you never have to pay for it.
Good morning. It's not where we left you, but actually just like 5 minutes drive from where we were yesterday. And we thought we'll take a few minutes quickly before the day gets started, go fill up with water.
This is not the fastest flowing water, so it definitely might take a while. These are the little things that are so much effort compared to ordinary life, but for us it really doesn't matter. It's pleasant.
Look, I'm not going to stand here for 8 hours, but you know, maybe half an hour to get water for the next 4 or 5 days. It's perfectly fine. Thanks for the water, by the way.
Exactly, and then we're gonna enjoy a beautiful sea view for free. We really love the parking at Almandrava. But we're going to the Delta, the Embro Delta, is that right?
Yeah, because there's wind and apparently flamingos.
Yes, I'm excited about the flamingos. Andre's excited about the wind. We're gonna run that way tomorrow.
Yeah.
We have to go fast. I thought if we go there, oh look at that, we can have a view through there maybe. I just know that you can see the ocean from here, I'll see. Oh, maybe that way. Go over them. Oh, look at that! What do you see?
Let's just have a breakfast.
Yay, lunch! Got some asparagus, one advantage of going by the shop, some fresh ingredients, and really nice fresh bread. Thanks, love. and
Fishies.
interesting view.
You can try some.
Not that exciting, but not that bad either.
We're surrounded by weird buildings.
Definitely not breakfast. But nonetheless, cheers.
Anyway, enjoy. Not our worst stop, not our best stop. This time of the year, it's super quiet.
It's a balancing act of finding a place where there's something to see or do and finding a peaceful stop for the night.
I think we might have kept this walk for too late.
Wow, an observation deck in the middle of nowhere.
No, there's a little, like a flay or something on that side, maybe with birds.
This is where the Embro River used to flow in.
La Bassa de les Oles y el Golero. What?
How cool is this?
So this way is the town we just came from. This way. If you keep going now, this is all part of this
Natural park.
natural park area. Ooh, nice.
Wow! This is beautiful. I know we're saying there isn't a lot of sunlight, but just look at this.
Look at it.
It's much smaller than I expected.
Oh, it's tiny. Now, if you look over there on the far side, that's actually quite a big town called
Delta Bre.
Delta Bre. Delta Bre. Surprise, surprise, we've got some Amazon packages waiting for us there tomorrow. Desperate times, desperate measures.
And there are a few little lookout points all the way around this lagoon so that you can come here and birdwatch.
And hopefully some wind for kite surfing. You know what I mean. Come, it's a little bit late, unfortunately. I think we should have probably done this earlier. Light's catching us here, so we have to actually rush back before it gets too dark. Decide if we're staying where we are. Probably will. Maybe.
Is it place growing on you?
Not really. But it'll do. It'll do. Sometimes it's about function, eh?
It's just such a privilege and so wonderful to be able to enjoy almost every sunset
And sunrise.
and sunrise. This is one incredible thing about this time of the year. The short days mean that I can actually wake up for sunrise.
I guess snapper snapper. Okay, I've been promising to do this for a while, so
Sunset.
look at our cool new fairy lights.
Yes.
It's a little bit weird in the camera, but
Now we real van lifers.
yeah, I don't know if it's flashy enough. So today we are not gonna make something super simple. Everything goes in one pan. Red pepper, eggplant, and then we're gonna make some hummus. What I do is get some chickpeas, some cumin, tahini, salt, a little bit of lemon juice, olive oil. All goes into my trusty little stick blender. And there you have it. Hummus. We're going to chop these guys up, fry them in a pan. We're going to get some rump steak, fry that, and then we'll have some flour tortillas. Yum. And there you have it.
Woohoo.
A happy wife and some local
Some red
Spanish
wine.
Spanish red wine, yeah.
Because red wine goes perfectly with this meal.
Cheers.
Cheers, love.
Cheers, honey.
And let us know in the comments below if you try this recipe and how it works out. And if you modify it or adjust it.
What you'll find interesting is that me and Lisa have very different ways of eating it. Lisa's got the engineering approach where she rations every portion. Andre just eats like Middle Eastern style. Little bites and little bits of this and that. But it's still good.
The best way is to have just a little bit of everything in one bite.
Okay, say good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good morning and welcome to Embro Delta. We are going to a small town. I have no idea where we're going. And we're actually on our way to sort of the point. We've we haven't had breakfast yet, but we're just scoping out some overnight stops on our way. We left Leompello a couple of hours ago, picked up some packages, got some fuel, super cheap fuel by the way.
1.38 euro a litre.
How nice is that?
And the reason we're looking at some places to stay is that even though you can drive all the way to the beach and park on the beach and spend the day there, you cannot overnight in it because it is a national park.
And also a lot of these, even in the towns, you have to sort of overnight in the designated areas because it's in this delta. It's a bit weird. But there's plenty of spaces actually. You just can't stay inside the parking areas. So we're driving through this little town, and there used to be a fully serviced motorhome area, but I think they've disabled the services.
Oh yeah.
There's a Christmas office.
Your destination is on the right.
It is. Oh yeah, there's one camper.
Yeah, you have arrived. So anyway, yeah, I think you can get this space.
Okay, that's pretty cool actually.
Yeah. You know, when you see a kite on the water and then everyone gets so excited, but you sort of know there isn't really enough wind. So I got this gadget from Topdes a while ago. It's actually to help me fly the drone, but considering that I'm actually a kite surfer, it's quite nice and handy. Sometimes you look at the water, especially if you're in a place where you haven't actually kited before, you don't quite know the conditions. Like I'm from South Africa, and there it's quite obvious when it's kiteable. But here you have to sort of look at the people around you. But if you use a measurement device, you can get a lot more accurate feel for what's kiteable. So that's quite nice. I also know that generally I wouldn't go out unless it's 18 knots. I guess not quite there. 12, 13, 14 knots maybe.
Looks like there's wind. Someone's excited, someone's less excited. But hey, it's now or never. Let's give it a go. I mean, there's Millie. What are you complaining about?
It's not exactly a lot of wind.
Quite nice that there's this boardwalk and jetty area. Lovely weather to be outside. So much for the 20 plus degrees that we had just a couple of days ago. He's having fun.
Semi-frozen, semi-Fredo. Semi-frozen, but good session. Probably back tomorrow, but it's like 10 minutes from sunset.
And we've still got to find a place to sleep.
So I think we can't stay here. I don't fancy driving in dark, but that was actually, this is a beautiful spot. I mean, the kiting is great. If it was 5 degrees warmer, it would be better. And if the wind was a bit more consistent, even better. But to be honest, can't really complain.
Tomorrow's going to be better.
I think tomorrow there might be a bit more wind. So we'll be back, eh? Let's go see if we can hide from the wind for the night now. Is there a truck coming?
It's not here. Yeah. Oh, look how long Millie's shadow is. Woo.
Now this used to be a, oh look how beautiful, used to be a official motorhome stop, and it actually still is, but there's no services. It's a tiny little town. I want to say there used to be a bull ring here. Mind you, I think we might be in the bull ring. Is that possible? Maybe. Well, 8 kilometers from that area we were at. What is going on here? Wow. Wow. So the wind is actually supposed to come up a bit tonight, but hopefully it's not going to shake us around too much, and we will see you tomorrow. Good morning and welcome back. Not a bad little parking spot we found here, and we actually got up quite early. The wind was crazy last night. It was rocking the joint, but we went for a nice run this morning. It was dead quiet this morning. A little bit of movement in the air. We're actually going to drive back to the beach area now and just hang out there. Hopefully going to go see the flamingos, visit a few of the viewing decks there. Forecast to be a beautiful day. Go. This is ready.
Good morning.
On the side of this guy selling something, or just listening to his radio loudly. Alright.
There's a flamingos.
Let's go a bit closer. We can show you where we stayed in 2 nights ago, Lampola. We actually drove like this to Del Tebre. That's where we picked up our packages, and then we made it this way to Els Montels. This is actually where we're staying over. And we drive like this and go into the delta.
It might look like summer, but it's not.
What? Okay, we're gonna go there to that beach. Let's go.
So even though it is strictly prohibited to overnight in this Delta National Park area, there's no shortage of places to stop.
Really amazing. I have no idea what this place looks like in summer though.
No clue.
Oh, must be packed. For a reason, eh?
Are you gonna get your face in?
What's wrong with this?
Your hair needs fixing.
Listen here, sitting like a lady. Apparently my hair needs fixing before I can film.
The back at the right, there we go. Push it up.
Oh gosh, you know, like anybody cares.
Yes.
Okay, today I'm going to show you, not because I have to, but because I told you I would, I'm going to show you a breakfast you can do if you don't have any fresh produce. We actually only eat twice a day, so we don't do, I suppose, continental breakfast. You know, so we like proper breakfast with eggs and whatever greens we can find. So whatever's in season, avocados in season now, so it's fantastic. Asparagus is freely available, and you can sometimes find like frozen asparagus, which is surprisingly good for breakfast, and also Brussels sprouts. Now people laughed at me last time when I said Brussels sprouts for breakfast, but look, the problem with Brussels sprouts is if you cook it, pan fry it, it's actually super nice, but it does the smell does the smell
Linger.
of the cooked Brussels sprouts linger inside the motorhome, which is not great, to be honest. So you just vent it properly. Now, fresh Brussels sprouts is the best, but you can find them frozen quite easy, and I'll show you how to do that. And with that, we'll do some bacon, and normally if we have some blue cheese, that's great. Maybe we'll do some mozzarella, actually fresh mozzarella with it. And then we'll fry some eggs, and we might still have some ciabatta loaf or something. Otherwise, we'll make omelets. Frozen spinach keeps really well, so it's really nice and simple to do an omelet with some spinach, maybe some feta cheese. Olives are great. We should do one of those actually next time. But today, Brussels sprouts, yes please. It's better than baked beans, okay?
All the Brits out there, somebody has to invite us for a baked bean breakfast and
Oh.
try and convince us that it's good, because we don't eat baked beans at all.
Thanks.
I remember coming across.
Oh, it's
And the key is the perfectly fried eggs, and of course, in my opinion, bacon.
yeah, it's very bright. Okay, let's have breakfast and we'll maybe end this video.
So, what is Spain like in winter? I would say it's quite a contradiction. It can be beautifully, beautifully warm and sunny in the middle of the day if you're in the sun and if there's no wind. And man, the nights can be freezing, literally freezing cold. Places can be deserted. You can have so much space to yourself. We found some absolute gems of places. And at the same time, there's places that are jam-packed with motorhomes 1 meter away from each other. So despite that contrast of things that you may find in Spain, I still like Spain, summer or winter.
On that high note, Lisa wrapped it up nicely. We're going to wrap up this video. If you made it this far, thank you. You've probably noticed we are traveling quite a bit slower. It is this time of the year. Days are super short. Not that much exciting things to film. We actually don't do a lot of sightseeing. But that's part of the charm of being here. And hopefully we've showed you a little bit about what sort of van life, motorhome living can be this time of the year. Now we do know this is not the dead of winter.
We know the worst is still to come,
We know the worst is still to come. We've been around the block. This is not our first time.
but we are going to escape the worst of it this year.
Yes, so in the upcoming weeks, we're actually going to spend about 10 to 14 days near Valencia. We're going to look after some cats there. We need to do some urgent work on the motorhome. We need to add more solar panels. We're going to replace the battery. We got a few domestic things, replace our mattress. The list is long. So we're probably going to film a little bit of that. We'll also make a few videos like the one that went out last week on our experience over the last 3 years motorhoming through Europe.
And not to forget, we will also be doing our 12-month budget video.
And if you don't know, there's already 2 budget videos that we've done previously.
And you can find all budget information also on our website, wewillnomad.com.
Yes, so as always, thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you next time.
Enjoy the festive season. Bon fiestas. E hasta luego.
Adios.
Everything's funny.
You're giggling.
I'm doing my funny dance.
Yeah, do you feel that? Well, I've got to deal with.